Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be taking y'all through a morning routine as a stay-at-home mom of 4 kids, focusing on my newborn. So we're just kind of winging it at this point, as Jackson is only 2 weeks old. So any new mom with a newborn around this age is probably winging it too. But basically, I start off my mornings with waking up with Jackson and feeding him, and he eats every 2 to 3 hours day and night. So around 6 or 7 o'clock is when I just stay awake for the day, and Arabella and Nolan, my 2 toddlers who are ages 2 and 4, usually wake up around 7:30, 8 o'clock. They wake up a little bit earlier than that, but they come out of their room around 7:30 and 8 to be up for the day. So I take advantage of the time that I have in the morning to really cuddle with Jackson and feed him and change his diaper. And usually once he's eaten and been taken care of, I will sit him back down in the bassinet and I will go and take care of myself. This morning he did spit up on my robe and on himself, so I did have to change his clothes before we headed out into the living room. And sometimes I will stay in my pajamas most of the day, but it does make me feel better and more productive if I get up and I throw on a comfy outfit. Typically just a comfy shirt with some leggings or some biker shorts, and I will just wear my house shoes around the house, and that's typically what I have been wearing. And I don't make up my bed every day, but days that I have a lot of laundry to do, I do like for my bed to be made because I'm going to be dumping out my laundry on the bed to get it folded up. And it's definitely challenging trying to juggle toddlers and a newborn. So I'm trying to find the time to pump this morning. So just whenever I have time, I'll go ahead and assemble my pump parts. And thankfully they are hands-free and cordless. This is the S12 breast pump that I have shared before. But I just put these into my nursing bra and I can get things done while I'm pumping. And it is so convenient, y'all, to not have to sit there and be plugged into a wall. So while I'm pumping this morning, I'm going to go ahead and take care of my toddlers. Nolan has been sick. He's had a cold, so I've been giving him some amoxicillin and some Claritin, and I'm going to get started with making my coffee and getting some breakfast started. And I do like to make eggs most mornings, either fried eggs or scrambled eggs, and I'll go ahead and make the kids some as well, and I'll offer them a fruit. And usually I'll cut up an apple or something, but today they wanted a fruit cup, so I just went ahead and put a fruit cup on their plate. Next, I'm going to get started with pouring my breast milk into a bottle, and I do store these in the refrigerator unless it's time for him to eat, then I'll just go ahead and feed it to him. But I'm going to go ahead and feed him his next feeding. It's time for him to eat. He eats every 2 to 3 hours, like I said. So I'm going to go ahead and feed him this breast milk bottle. And then I'm going to head back into the kitchen and try to tackle up some chores. First, I'm going to go ahead and light up our Christmas tree. We decorated so early this year just because I wanted to have everything done and ready before Jackson was born, because I didn't want to attempt to decorate for Christmas with a newborn. So I went ahead and did that while I was very pregnant, so I don't have to worry about it later on. It's been so nice and everything looks so cozy. I love the way everything turned out for Christmas this year, and I'm so excited to spend Christmas with our new baby. So I'm still trying to set a routine in stone, but for the most part, this is what our days look like. 2 weeks postpartum with Jackson. So after I get him to sleep is when I will really try to take care of my toddlers and any house chores that need to be done. And I don't make my house miraculously clean. I just kind of tackle things that need to be done. And today, as you can see, there's 2 laundry baskets slap full in Bella and Nolan's closet. This is both of their laundry baskets needing to be washed. So today I decided to get started on Nolan's laundry, and then tomorrow I will tackle Arabella's laundry. So I'm not putting too much on myself in one day, because I did just have a baby 2 weeks ago. So I try to give myself some grace and not try to do it all so much in one day. So it can definitely feel very overwhelming having to stop what I'm doing every 2 hours to feed Jackson, but this is my life right now as it is. So whenever I have a lot to do, whenever I'm going to be walking around through the entire house, I don't like to leave Jackson sitting out in the bouncy seat, because my toddlers can get pretty rambunctious jumping on the couch. So I'm going to go ahead and lay him in his crib, and I do have this flat head pillow. As you can see, it has a little hole here in the pillow. You put your baby's head in the hole, and it's supposed to prevent flat head syndrome. I did notice that Bella and Nolan started to get a flat head on the back, but I do notice that Jackson turns his head to either the left or the right when he's sleeping, so I'm not too worried about it with him. But this little pillow here is really neat, and I just like to put it in his little baby nest when he's laying in his crib, and he finds this pillow super comfortable. If you guys are interested in this little pillow, I do have a discount code, and I will link it down below. And I have been very behind on laundry. I have not been tackling a load a day like I like to do. Typically, I like to start a load of laundry every morning and complete it by the end of the day. But obviously, I'm postpartum and I have been not doing so much lately. So I'm trying to stay on top of the laundry now that I'm starting to feel better. And it makes life so much easier when I have my little helpers. Nolan and Arabella love helping me switch over the laundry and try to fold up the rags for me and just help me do little tasks around the house. So here we're just throwing Nolan's clothes into the dryer, and I will probably end up getting that folded up either later this day in the evening or the next day. And now heading into my room. Typically, I would just lay Jackson in his little bassinet over here behind me, but I laid him in his crib because I do have a lot to do and I'm all over the house, and Bella and Nolan are pretty loud, and I knew I was going to be folding up laundry on my bed today, so that's why I just put him in his crib. So Nolan is in here helping me fold up rags. Bella and Nolan, both my toddlers, know how to fold up rags and hand towels, so they are super helpful, and a lot of times I'll just hand them their clothes without folding them and tell them to just go put them in the drawers that they go in, just temporarily while I'm postpartum, just to make life easier on myself. So whenever I go in their room and open up their drawer, their pajama drawer and their pants drawer is a little bit of a mess where they try to fold up their own clothes, but it's just a mess. So I do like to have their drawers looking nice and put together, but lately while I'm postpartum, things are just a little bit harder, so it makes life so much easier that they go and help me do little tiny tasks like that. At some point in the morning time, I will head into the kitchen and go ahead and try to tackle the dishes. I like to put away all the dishes from the dishwasher from the night before and load up all the dishes from the sink. Sometimes there are dishes left over from the night before that did not fit in the dishwasher the night before, so I'm going to go ahead and tackle that now. And we also just had Adeline's 11th birthday party over the weekend, so there are some sodas up on my bar. The one thing I cannot stand is for my bar to be cluttered, so I'm going to work on decluttering and cleaning off my bar this morning as well. And I'll go ahead and point out that I probably sound nasally and congested, and I do apologize. I haven't been feeling well myself. Me nor the kiddos have been feeling 100%. We've all been kind of congested, and I'm not really sure if it's allergies or a slight cold, but we've all been taking medicine and just trying to feel better. So Jackson is ready to eat again, so I'm going to go ahead and get a breast milk bottle out of the refrigerator and put it in his bottle warmer. It usually takes about 4 minutes for this to warm up, not long at all. And then I'm going to go sit down and feed him while the kiddos have a morning snack. And usually around this time is when I will check on my YouTube video and see how it's doing, or just respond to some YouTube comments or some Instagram messages. Just respond to you guys and try to catch up with messages so I don't get so behind, because I do try to respond to all of my comments and all of my messages as best as I can. But Jackson was actually being pretty fussy today. I'm not sure what was wrong. I think he was just gassy, but he was very ill, and I had to do so much today other than just sit on the couch and hold him. I have to take care of my other kids. The kitchen was a disaster, and lunch was coming up soon, so I'm going to go ahead and put him into the Moby wrap so I can get things done. So it's almost time to get started on some lunch. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up the table from where the kids had breakfast and had to snack. And then I'm going to head into the kitchen and get started on making their lunch. So today they wanted some orange juice, and I got to figure out something for lunch. I've been doing really easy lunches for them, something that doesn't take very long, where I don't have to stand in the kitchen and cook for a long time. So I'm going to figure out something for lunch for them today. And after I get finished making their lunch and I eat lunch myself, I'm going to head over to my computer, if my kids will let me, and I will get started on editing a video or catching up on some work on the computer. And there's no certain time that I do that. It's just whenever Jackson falls asleep, or if he is being good in the Moby wrap, then I will sit down on my computer and get some work done. But that pretty much sums up our entire morning. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was just our morning with Jackson and how I'm adjusting to 4 kids. Thank you guys so much for watching, so much for being here. Love you guys so much, and I will see y'all in my next one.